What's Pool Butler use primary sanitation? What do y'all like to use?
Yeah, so salt's a great, product. We're big fans of it and obviously sell a lot of it. But I think personally for me, more of the AOP, UV type systems, secondary systems with your traditional chlorine. I don't want to say we push it. We try to educate the client so they have, both the pros and cons of the systems out there so they can make a better educated decision. I put one on my pool and have definitely been able to, see and push it to its limits to see, all right, how long before my pool turns cloudy or, starts having algae and stuff like
that. You practice on your personal pool?
I do. Any new chemical that comes out, I'll be the guinea pig. Because I just want to learn and see what it does. Because, there's a lot of things out there that I'm still not aware about that I'm sure could be a huge benefit to our company. That's what the constant evolving.
We're the same. Evolve, come out with a new process. Things change, right? Yeah. And don't be stuck in your own ways. I've had to do that too. Because if I'm out there selling a process or a chemical, I can't honestly, in my heart, tell somebody something I don't know to be exactly true from,
right.
And I want to experience personally myself. So I do the same thing, before I sell something, whether it was from our startup process to any other things that we promote or, at a render or HASA or anything like that.
At the end of the day, there's 50 ways to skin a cat. We always talk about that. There's the right way, the wrong way, but at the end of the day, sometimes not one way is going to be the set way. So, being able to adapt and understand, especially, with people that come from multiple different companies, right? You got a plethora of background, education, and experience with technicians. So, just because I've done stuff a certain way all my life doesn't mean it's the right way. But you just got to be open to that change.
Or likewise, training an old dog a new trick to your way of doing things, right?
True.
To that old dog, you're not really an old dog like me, but what would you tell your younger self getting into it, or anybody else getting into the industry? What advice would Tim Bolden give them right now?
Focus on the people. Focus on the people. Anybody can grow and do it, but if you don't have the right people in the right place, you're never going to be able to grow the way you need to. I learned that a long time ago because, I wasn't probably the best boss at times. I coming from the Navy, I had kind of a little bit of an asshole-ish, and, it was about just getting the job done. And I think early on, I learned really quick, it's about people. You're never going to get anywhere in life without people. So we focus a lot of time and attention, both personally and professionally with our team.
It's good to hear. My wife's human resources for 30 some odd years, and she's made me a better manager, employee, salesperson. And she mentioned something a long time ago to me. She said there's people that say their employees are their biggest assets, but then there's other companies and managers that say their employees are their biggest liabilities.
Right.
Which way are they on the balance sheet, right? And I know which way they show up on yours,
That's a good statement right there, because I've worked with people in the past that looked at it that way. And again, not to say we're perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's about how you bounce back from it and learn from it.
Definitely. So in your business plan for 2025, we're about coming up on halfway through the year, about to hit the heart of the season. Everything looking good in Pool Butler's world, and everything to plan so far, and looking forward to 25, or?
Yeah, so 24 was a learning curve for us because we combined two offices after numerous years and two locations. So coming into one location and changing how we operated as far as take-home vehicles and stuff like that, last year was a big learning curve for us. So we implemented a lot of things where we fell short, including an operating system. We moved over to a new platform probably about a month ago. It's been a huge advantage to us, especially for the techs in the field, as far as workflow and just the ease of access and how everything works.
You getting positive feedback from them on it too?
Yeah. So I think with what we've implemented, the people we've put in place, we've moved some people around. Maddie, we've moved into our company trainer position.
Mm-hmm.
So having an internal person to be able to focus on individual needs of the team and putting a training program in place for those individuals is phenomenal. So I'm very excited. I mean, we're off to a great start for the year already, but I'm excited to see what the rest of the season holds for us.